Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Velma again. Velma, which is unilaterally hated, right? I mean, even Forbes is saying everyone agrees there's a new worst show on TV. In fact, I haven't talked to anybody who likes this show, but apparently, according to UpRoxx, it's being review bombed.
Right, but this person, if you look, wait, we're gonna look into this person. They're constantly like, oh, everything's review bombed.
Everything is review bombed, and I have to wonder if this person actually believes that, or if this person is using an AI to write headlines or something.
I don't know.
Something. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Mindy Kaling basically getting Me Too'd.
No, she didn't get Me Too, but she should have.
Yeah, well, it's coming out now. So what's going on is Mindy Kaling, they're bringing up the fact that she had a non-consensual kiss on set with a co-star and joked, maybe, said, if you tell anybody, I'm gonna fire you. That shouldn't fly. If it was a guy, it wouldn't have flown, but she got a pass. Now it's coming up because people are pissed off. They think she created Velma as a right-wing psyop troll
but that's the
or
thing.
something.
Would it have been okay with these people because she did it to a guy if they weren't mad about Velma? That's the question.
This flew under the radar for years, and then people decided that they thought she might be conservative-ish because of Velma, and all of a sudden this stuff is coming up now, and it's never really come up before.
Right, so I'm just saying,
You know?
if they were legitimately thinking that it was wrong, which it, by the way, is wrong, why was it never mentioned until now when they were mad at her? Like when she was on their side, they all hid this apparently, or didn't bring it up.
That's how it works, isn't it? You always make sure you have no pun intended, you have a trump card.
But bad behavior is bad behavior. It's like, you know, I keep mentioning people like going on about January 6th, and I'm like, well, so were the riots that lasted for months and months. I'm sorry, peaceful protests that lasted for months and months and months. Both were wrong. But you only ever hear about the one.
Yeah, it's because she is a progressive, or was considered a progressive brown woman.
Not progressive enough.
Not progressive enough. Brown woman in Hollywood, so therefore she cannot do anything wrong.
So basically, you can't do stuff without consent to women, but women can do it to men.
Pretty much.
But they've been for years, but no one ever talks about it. Anyway.
Yeah, there definitely is a double standard in Hollywood, and for a while, I mean, anything women said was gospel, and I think the pendulum's swinging back, and again, it depends on the day. It depends on what they think. I mean, they will dig up all kinds of dirt on women if they're wrong-thinking women, or they think they're wrong-thinking women. And for some reason, Mindy Kaling, who's always been pretty progressive and liberal, is now considered a conservative. She's basically the Alex Jones of animation or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the better her than us. Somebody said that we were the Alex Jones of cartoons.
How the hell did they come to that conclusion?
I have no idea, because
not even close.
Not even close. So
anyway, let's talk about the important things.
Yeah, let's talk about the important things like subscribing. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to make sure you get more Velma content, because that's all we talk about on this channel anymore is Velma. No.
Like, subscribe. We're at, 288,000?
Almost 289,000.
Yay!
Yay!
I'll take over since you're just going to sit and talk in circles. Go ahead.
I'm not talking in circles. Well, I like it when a woman's in charge. You know, Mindy
I can't
Kaling,
confirm. Anyway.
Mindy Kaling likes to be in charge too. So let's talk about this ridiculous article, because I haven't come across anyone who has defended the show.
But wait, not only do they defend the show, they drag in He-Man into it and talk about how everybody was basically without coming out and saying that everybody was review bombing He-Man and poor Kevin Smith. I'm not kidding. I am totally serious. And if you go to that article, they bring up Brie Larson. So it's a rabbit hole of, it's all review bombing. Oh my God.
No, I'm telling you, they're writing these articles. They're writing these articles with the assistance of AI. I am not joking. It's not hyperbole. It's not what. There are programs out there that a lot of these websites are using now that basically say, if you write about this, 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 and this, your website will get more traffic. And they're being pressured because we see all these layoffs are coming to all these websites.
Which we're going to talk about shortly.
Which we're going to talk about, but they're all being pressured to get more traffic. So they're making sure they put all these keywords in the first paragraph. I don't think these people actually believe this shit.
Well,
Nobody
some
can be
of them
this
do.
stupid.
If you're writing for UpRoxx, you have to believe it somewhat.
Okay.
there shall be no Scooby-Doo in HBO Max's Velma. The Velma Dinkley origin series created by Mindy Kaling. The show is following in the footsteps of review bomb shows like Amazon's The Boys because people were mad about the weekly release schedule. And Netflix's Masters of the Universe Revelation because people couldn't stand it when Kevin Smith dared to sideline He-Man. That's not what happened. Well, I mean, he did, but that's not what the problem was. He lied about it. And if you go to that article, she wrote that one too.
Of course she did.
Both shows went on to further streaming success. I think they both were greenlit. I think this one and Masters of the Universe were both greenlit for more episodes before they were released.
It's basically one episode order split into 2 parts because they have to contract the animation studios.
Right, so they're counting it as season 1, season 2, but they actually probably just had them all contracted at once. This is what they do. Is all the time. I don't think it's a second season because no way in hell would Warner Brothers greenlit a second season of Velma if it wasn't already in production because there'd be no point to unless they're racing to since they can't be the best. They're trying to be the worst. I'm the best of the worst.
The best of
the worst of the worst.
The cream of the crap.
I mean, with that and Flash. And no one can fully predict whether that's in the cards for Velma, but rumor has it the show will score a season 2. I think it already did.
They already have the episodes on order, yeah. Because it takes like 2 years for this stuff to hit the air. People don't realize, it takes a long time for cartoons to get made, right? Right? Please tell me you're not that stupid. It's not like live action where you can film it 3 months ago and it's like you got to work way ahead of schedule.
They're talking about, then they have to bring up, she was canonized as a lesbian. But that's not what they're mad about. People don't seem to be, that's not what the hate's about. Although angry peeps aren't thrilled about the characters' personalities being rewritten, including Velma being edgier and South Asian descent. No, they're race swapping characters for no reason. And then they're actually stereotyping these characters. They're stereotyping people.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody's pissed off. When the Mary Sue is even like, what a piece of shit, And I haven't come across, apparently there are some lukewarm.
UpRoxx apparently loves it.
But everybody, I was watching Saber Spark yesterday ripping this damn thing apart.
It's awful.
It's a terrible show.
The complaints are rather vicious, as are the numbers. Over Rotten Tomatoes, the critical score of 57%. Well, I think is it still 57? I thought it was 50.
No, it's actually dropped.
Yeah.
It's down to 50 now.
This was written a couple days ago. Isn't great. But the audience score is 6% with nearly 6,000 non-fans hate watching. Yeah, here's the thing. Everybody is fucking hating this show.
Yeah.
The critics don't like it. The bloggers, other than UpRoxx, all think it's dog shit. Most people aren't accusing it of being review bomb because they all agree that it sucks.
Yeah,
except for this dipshit who likes to complain about review bombing. Another article.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because I'm telling you, review bombing is something that is going to get clicks. And I guarantee you, working for one of these pop culture blogs, she's being told to, bring in the views or you're done.
That's okay. We'll just bring in the views on her stupidity.
There you go. We'll make money off of you.
So they're literally trying to argue that Velma's being review bombed. That the reason that it really isn't that bad. It's review bombing, guys.
Everything that is panned is review bombed, and it's so. And this is the thing. I actually thought that that was the way this is going to go. I thought that a lot of people were going to hate the show, and they were going to whip out the diversity shield and be like, "Well, they race swapped all the characters except for Fred, who's rightfully dumb because he's a white guy
and has a tiny penis,
because he's a white guy." And I thought that's what they were going to use, but this show has been universally panned. So it's so bad that left-wingers are disowning it. So bad that left-wingers are thinking that this is a right-wing troll, that they're actually accusing Mindy Kaling of being a conservative. That's how bad it is. People are trying to distance themselves from the show completely, and they're going to say it's review bombing. Come on. Come on.
This is laughable. This is nothing but somebody definitely trying to get clicks with an article. Hey, we do it sometimes with our videos too. I'm not going to say we're innocent of this, but this is like, come on. This is beyond parody at this point.
Yeah, again, Forbes, there's a new worst show on TV.
Yep.
You go through it.
Oh, he talks about the next, if you want to hear about episode 3 and 4, spoilers.
Yeah, if you go to Paul Tassie's review, I watched Velma episodes 3 and 4 so you don't have to. That doesn't sound like glowing endorsement of this show. It actually sounds like it gets worse. And I've heard people say it gets worse. And there's still that rumor out there that the one girl is going to be named Scooby at some point in time, which I hope to God is not true.
Wait, I want to point out something real quick. So these are the hot girls in school, right? There's a top 5 hot girls in school list or whatever.
Yeah.
And these are supposed to be the hot girls. I'm taking it. And look at all the diversity, except the white girl sitting in the throne.
She has a tiny penis.
I'm just like, she's the leader?
Yeah, she's the leader. Yes.
I think that was funny.
And she also has a tiny penis. I like saying that, and I shouldn't. So anyway, let's talk about Mindy Kaling now, because again, if the Velma controversy had not happened, this would have gone down the memory hole. Like, nobody would have cared about this. But yeah, so this is Fandom Wire has it. We got this covered. An old problematic interview with Mindy Kaling gives further fuel to the Velma.
So it was mentioned before, but they let it go then. Like, they didn't care then.
Yeah. They didn't care because she was on their side. I mean, that's the truth. You want the truth? The truth was nobody cared because a brown woman in Hollywood a couple of years ago could do no wrong. If a guy did this, I mean, hell, John Lasseter hugged people. John Lasseter put his hand on somebody's knee in a non-sexual way, and John Lasseter got ousted from Disney. Mindy Kaling apparently can kiss people without their consent, threaten to fire them.
Well, I don't think they threatened to fire them, the people that saw it or something backstage.
Yeah, and threaten to fire people over it, right? And nothing happens. If it were, I'm telling you, I mean, this is, and she thought it was kind of funny, I guess, but if it was a white dude, it would have been a completely different situation. There would have been, guy would have been fired. He would have been blacklisted. I'm just saying, that's how it is. Kaling's story comes from the set of The Mindy Project. It doesn't paint a good picture for the star. Kaling details how when filming an intimate scene with Lee Pace, she decided to kiss him without permission and without it being in the script. Her story also details how her coworkers told her it wasn't all right. She seems to take the story like strange badge of honor. Like she was joking about it, and Conan's yucking it up, and they're all... Now, social media is again aflame discussing the situation, with some likening it to Harvey Weinstein. Holy shit. Lee Pace is openly gay, but at the time of the incident was not out. Kaling is also under fire for a date rape joke she wrote during the Mindy Project, in which she seems to make light of sexual assault against men.
Right, because it doesn't count if it's against men. Even though I've been saying, if you've watched our videos for a long time, that men, and men get assaulted all the time too. But for women, you go report it. For men, it's like, if you do you should be ashamed of yourself. You think that's like a, go you type thing. And it's just as traumatizing to men as it is women.
But again, it's like, there is a double standard here. And the only reason this is coming up now is because of this stupid cartoon. Okay, it is a stupid cartoon. And because they think that Mindy Kaling might be secretly conservative. So now they're trying to cancel her. It went buried for, how old was Conan? How many years ago was that? This has to be like 10 years ago? But this is how it works, right? Freaking James Gunn makes really awful jokes and gets fired 10, 12 years later. He had no way of knowing at the time he was going to be working for Disney, making priest jokes and shit. But that's how it works. What these people do is they archive this shit, and then they play the card when somebody does something that they think they can be canceled for. And a lot of times it's unrelated stuff. It's like, oh, I don't like because they said this, so I'm going to play this card now and get them canceled because they went against the script. They went against the narrative.
Right. So apparently in the Mindy Project, I think it was the Mindy Project, it was one of her shows, that there's a scene where this guy is supposed to be in the hallway and drunk, and she looks up and grabs him by her shirt and drags him to the apartment and shuts the door. And the implication is supposed to be that, hey, I'm going to sleep with this hot guy.
That happened on Star Trek too with Tasha Yar and Data. But he's a robot. He doesn't matter.
He doesn't have feelings.
He doesn't have feelings. So it's like, what the hell? So yeah, making date rape jokes. So, her joke in Velma about the Me Too movement, like people being allowed to be funny before Me Too, was pretty telling. She might have figured that this was going to happen.
I don't know. I'm just like, I just think it's funny because the things that she's doing here, we would, if a guy did it, would be canceled a long time ago. It's also but the most interesting thing to me is, yes, it was mentioned apparently before, but you never really heard much about it. It was buried. It was laughed off. It was like, ha ha ha, that's funny. Especially about her kissing that one guy. And, you're only hearing about it now because they're mad at her.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, here, because look, okay, so again, this has everything to do with who you are. It says sexual assault against men is often used in media as a joke, with it described as trivialized in a lengthy op-ed piece from Feminism in India. Kaling is a massive figure and a trailblazer for women in comedy television. Very rarely before her had a woman of Indian descent made it so far and become so successful in the US. Unfortunately, there's still warts and all from even trailblazers. Velma's horrendous reception on top of this unearthing of old controversy feels like it's all leading to a breaking point for Kaling. We got this covered, reached out to her reps for comment. If you know someone suffering from sexual violence, contact Rain.
Well, I agree with that.
Abuse. Yeah, it's just like, wow. I mean, that took a really, like this whole thing, like, we hate this cartoon. She might be right wing.
It's review bomb.
It's review bomb. Let's dig through her past to see what she's done and said. And oh my God, she is an awful person after. And that's what this is always about.
Oh, because if they thought that she wasn't like this, Republican, conservative, whatever, they'd be like high-fiving her and be like, ha ha ha. But she took it too far, and it's a parody to everyone. Everybody hates it. It's gone so far that even the super left people hate it. That's, you know how hard that is?
Yeah, because I honestly thought that current year cartoon stands would eat this shit up.
You never thought there would be an end to how far it could go.
No.
Apparently we found it. Its name is Velma. So.
It is. So this is it, guys. This is the tipping point. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Tipping point. Anyway.
Tipping point. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye. Got the naked underage girl.
All right. Now, if it was Shira and Katra, it'd be totally
That'd be fine, yeah.